There's some days where I wish I could just apologize to my subconscious for some of the dumbass thoughts that I've put into my brain over the years. There's times where like life will happen and I'll get frustrated or I'll start to think certain thoughts. And immediately I realize that my reaction is 100% just an accumulation of the thoughts I've let be, accepted throughout my life. So every time I have a situation that's a big deal or even a little deal, how I react to it is just how I've always let myself react to it. And so yesterday, to kind of let you guys in, I was on Instagram, and as you guys know, I run ads on Instagram and stuff like that to grow my business or whatever. And Meta decides to disable my ad account, and immediately pissed, like super frustrated, just like immediately pissed. Did a bunch of troubleshooting, trying to figure out what's going on, and so I talked to chat support over at Meta. Well, technically I guess it was on Instagram because they do like the verification enhanced chat support or whatever, and so it's technically through Instagram, but obviously Instagram's owned by Meta, whatever. And so I go through all this stuff, going through chat. They never told me why the ad was disabled or anything, but at the end of the call or at the end of the chat, they were basically like, we may have to disable your ad account, your Facebook account completely. Like, they may need to delete my entire Facebook and I may have to start all the way over. And I've had the same Facebook for 12, almost 15 years now, since like 2010. And so I have close to 5,000 friends on there. I have all those memories, pictures, videos from just life. And what they're saying is that they may have to delete my account for a reason that they can't even give me. So I asked them, I was like, hey, so is there any reason why my account's being disabled or whatever? And he's like, well, it's not for sure yet, but it's under restriction, they can't tell me the reason why, which doesn't make any sense to me. And so I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. On the plus side, I'm hoping that they don't delete it and I can keep my account and they just go in and they're like, okay, you actually didn't do anything wrong and things are fine. But I'm saying all this just to say, my immediate response was frustration. It was to be extremely pissed. I was extremely pissed and I let it show, that's where I messed up. I have a wife, I have kids at home, all this stuff, and I didn't go off on my family, but I definitely didn't let it roll off my back. And that's where I screwed up. I let it get the best of me, and it just kind of ruined the rest of the day, I just let it for whatever reason, I just let it take over. And this morning I sent my wife a text. I'm like, hey, I apologize for, like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't supposed to happen. And I immediately started to think, like, why was this my initial reaction? Why is this the way I let myself behave? And more importantly, it's not just that I let myself do it, I knew that there was a better way to behave, and I let myself do it anyway. So maybe I'm thinking this morning, I'm like, man, you really can program yourself to simply react unconsciously based on what you put in your subconscious. What I learned is that I need to start programming things other than just like where I want to go in life, but also just like day-to-day stuff, like controlling your emotions. I think that's why it's so important to do things that discipline you, because when you have moments where you don't want to do or don't want to react a certain way, you become in control of your emotions instead of letting your emotions control you. That's why things like 75 Hard are so important to do, because ultimately it's you taking over your emotions and not letting your emotions get the best of you. And so I think soon I'm probably going to do some sort of challenge. I'm not going to do 75 Hard, but I may do another one, or I'm thinking about making my own and just kind of like doing something and like setting a goal and just accomplishing it, something that's semi-hard but still doable, but also just takes like it's not comfortable, right? The thing about 75 Hard is that I would do that one is just a little bit unrealistic with the two separate workouts with like having a family and like doing stuff. Like I can't necessarily work out twice a day like that, so that's what kind of stops me from doing that one. However, I'd love to work out twice a day. That'd be awesome. It's just the outdoor one. Like I can't just be like, hey babe, you got the 5 kids, like I'm gonna go run for a little bit. Like I don't know. So I need to find something that's similar to that I can do. But anyway, I don't know. I guess that's for me to figure out on my own time. But for you guys, I just want to talk to you about that, because where are you reacting in your life instead of responding? And where can you, for lack of better words, consciously control and program yourself to where the next time these things happen, your reaction is the way that you would have responded. And so I hope that you think about that. I hope that this kind of helps you out a little bit. But yeah, that's what's been going on for the last few days. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.